I guess the tone of the campaign, your opponent has been out there being critical today. I just want to give you a chance to respond.
Well, you know, this election is about who we fight for, and I've developed a strong record about fighting for jobs and how we create jobs in a tough economy. Today's press conference is about making sure we have jobs for veterans. Young veterans coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan have a close to a 20% unemployment rate. So what we're talking about is how can we give them more opportunities for education and job training so they can get the jobs that are available. I've also been spending a lot of time focused on small businesses. Small businesses create 2/3 of all new jobs, but across New York the biggest issue that people have been facing is access to lending. So the last bill we passed is a $30 billion lending bill to get money into the community banks so they can lend to the small businesses. We also passed a number of tax credits and tax deductions for small businesses so they can reinvest in their business more easily so they can create those jobs.
Senator, a new poll out today, Winnipeg poll, pretty much had you kicking your polls. How much do you really pay attention to these polls?
Polls go up and down, you don't pay attention to them, but what I'm hoping to do is earn the support of all New Yorkers. I've been talking to voters all across New York, every one of the 62 counties, and talking to them about what my vision is for the future, how I want to create jobs, how I want to help small businesses to grow, and that's what this election's about. We have to stop outsourcing good American jobs. I want to see Made in America again, and the only way you're going to do that is if you close these tax loopholes that help corporations send jobs overseas and support entrepreneurialism and innovation in our small business community.
There was originally a special session that was brought up after the elections before the new Congress was sworn in.
Yeah.
What is the status of that? Is that going to be?
It's traditionally called the lame duck session, and they'll have a session right after the election for about a month. And there's a number of bills I'm going to push very hard to get passed. Some jobs bills. I want to extend the R&D tax credit. I want to close the loophole that sends jobs overseas. I also want to get our 9/11 health bill done because we have so many first responders and heroes and families at Ground Zero who are now suffering because of grave lung disorders because of the toxins that were released when the towers collapsed. So making that a priority. This veterans bill is a priority. If we could get a vote on this, I think we could pass it.
Is there any increased urgency with, the polls show that there might only be the Senate held by Democrats. Is there some things you have to get it done now or never?
You know, I hope to work on a bipartisan basis regardless, because even if the margins are reduced and we have less of a margin in the House or the Senate, or we lose the House or the Senate, the bottom line is the American people and New Yorkers want people to get to work in Washington. Washington is broken. It is a broken system that needs to be fixed. And one of the things I want to do is do those reforms, end the filibuster. It's been abused under this Senate. Make sure people can't have anonymous holds on legislation. Literally, senators can stop a piece of legislation and not tell anybody they're stopping it or why. That has to end. You need transparency and disclosure. So I'm going to really try to take transparency to Washington and try to make it work better for everyone. And I think having smaller margins means that much more attention has to be paid to bipartisanship and making things work.